Alright, see if we can do this one ATV event. Is this really my best vehicle? The Nomad is really heavy for how much power it has and whatnot. I guess it does have good cornering, but even so. Whatever. Okay. So, one last event here, and then I'll see if we can fit in a little bit more freestyle too this episode, because I haven't done any freestyle this whole sitting. Just mean races and whatnot, and you know, trying to mod the game unsuccessfully in certain ways. Is this just gonna be a? Oh, it's a head-to-head. Fine by me. These are usually pretty easy on light vehicles, or in general, really. Only ever not easy when the very end of the race is. This thing turns so hard. It's ridiculous. I just have like perfect control over everything. Just when the very end of the race is really hard, is a head-to-head difficult. That little we're just going in between either side, but that little dip, little puddle on the inside of that turn was interesting. I'm behind at this point, which is interesting. I feel like I've been doing pretty fine. Usually if you manage to just... Oh yeah, I forgot you're not allowed to touch those in a light vehicle. I just forgot. I wasn't thinking about it. I saw it was there and I just didn't bother not hitting it because I thought I was in a heavy vehicle. But yeah, in practice it feels like you pretty much always win these head-to-heads if you just don't mess anything up. I guess the exception being if there's something tough at the end of the race, but then again, that still falls into the category of messing something up roughly, I guess. Okay, so let's not touch the orange things. Okay. Yeah, it's really tempting to cut that turn there. You probably can. You're probably allowed to, I mean to say. It's just slightly risky if it turns out that you have to... I should preload there, darn it. Slightly risky if it turns out you have to weave between orange things to do so. I don't remember what my gear ratios are set to here, but my shocks are definitely set to, actually what are my shocks set to? Definitely not set for stability at high speeds, I know that much. This guy's very excited. Oos. Okay, so rather than doing more sponsor events, we have half of them done now. Well, in reality more than half, but we have half the categories of sponsor events complete now. What I ought to do instead, I think, is get back to a little bit of... Oh, it's still classic mode. A little bit of freestyle here. Now I'll give us some more representation for another vehicle type here. Oh, I actually did all of it. Do you want to go ATV now? Let's go to Pro for the moment. And again, it's weird how I have the trophy, but I still haven't done any of the targets or anything. Let's actually buy a better bike, by the way. We have the means to do so. Bike with low cornering, who could ever imagine that? That's interesting, actually. That's a big change in handling. But presumably I can make that better. That's not with the good shocks, though, right? It's also way heavier, which I don't know if that's good. Horsepower is what? Like a 10 to 20% increase? Like, yeah, like 50% increase in horsepower. I don't know how much that counts for if you're a lot heavier too, though. This thing's a lot more expensive. But again, I don't know what the cornering is going to look like in reality either. But is this without upgrades, this cornering? Because if I could just give this really good cornering by upgrading the suspension, then it might be worth it. Yeah, we don't have any of the upgrades put on this. I might never bother buying some of these things. I guess because, again, it doesn't give you a whole... This gives you practically nothing, yeah. Those headers give you practically nothing. It gives you something at least. Not a lot, but... Yeah. It's still not fantastic. Oh, I never bought the suspension on this thing? Oh boy. I didn't realize that. I think that's probably pretty usable. Not obvious to me whether this is really superior to the bike before it, I will admit. What if I... Nah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll work with that. That seems probably fine. I can't say for sure whether the reduced cornering is going to be kind of bad on unsafe races and whatnot, to be perfectly honest. For freestyle, this is probably the best. I don't think you usually need really good cornering for freestyle or anything. You sometimes want a good engine to be able to make jumps and so on. And all these targets... What happened to all the green targets not being way up in the air, man? It's just everything in the air non-stop now. And look how many targets there are, too. Jeez. This is going to take the whole episode letting this way. Okay, the sheer quantity of targets in the air. Yeah, what is it about this that makes these green targets? I was not pressing that. Because it's not that they're... oh yeah, I'm not used to feeling a bike oversteer like this. This is strange. It's not the fact that, like, these things are not on the ground like these tend to be. So that's one thing that's not very green target about them. They're not on the ground like green targets oftentimes are. This is going to be fantastic, having to not fly over these or fly under them. This is awful. That is not what Cliffhanger is on the ATV. But okay. Yeah, you just have to like take every path here. This is very strange. Yeah, it's these things aren't on the ground as is often the case for green targets. There's not a path to follow as is often the case for green targets. Put me somewhere. Don't know why. Yeah, man, I'm not used to the bike oversteering like ever. I do like this place a little bit. It does have a nice flavor to it. But taking all these jumps is going to be a right pain. Conceptually, like hey, it's a park. That's kind of nice. I like that. Can't quite pull off the stunt that I've been wanting to do. We did get a lot of these. These haven't been too bad to pick up compared to how things usually feel for an event for floating targets, I will have to say. Of course, we are out of time, but even so. Yeah, that could have been a lot worse, honestly. Cliffhanger is easy to execute and not that bad as far as the reach you get goes, so I might do that as my trick for reaching up into the air. Man, which the routing here is honestly pretty rough to decide on. I'm so not used to having to... Yeah, that was nowhere near enough of a running start. But yeah, I'm just not used to ever oversteering in a bike. I can probably get used to it, it's not too bad. But I always saw the bike as like insanely strong handling, so I may end up needing, I may end up in some cases wanting to switch to that other bike that I saw. That's what I want. I've had a hard time pulling that off. Our attack seems like the best trick for what I'm trying to do. No! But I cannot do any trick in this game consistently for some reason. Even using the D-pad, it's very difficult. I'm not trying to do Running Man right now. No, it's not what I want either. I'm trying to do the same thing as before, and I'm doing entirely new tricks. The cliffhanger's okay, I can live with that. It's not what I'm trying to do, but it's acceptable. Yeah, cliffhanger is pretty easy to do. That's down, right, and circle. I'm having such a hard time doing any tricks consistently in Fury 3. Almost. I think if I was slightly better aligned, that might have worked. Oh, jeez, dude. Why did that one work? I don't know what made that be the trick I wanted it to be. Is it just down in circle? Is that all it is? I didn't feel that way a lot of the time. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it really does seem to be down circle. Somehow that's all it is. We are doing better. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's what I need. Yeah, shoot. So I like how it's 2 guys to respawn only after a moment. And continued to respot me anyways. Okay. Alright. Are there any over here? Oh, there's one on the ground. Look at that. The token singular target on the ground. Really didn't need to do a hard attack for that, but I'll take it. Okay, let's go this way, I guess. With a few options. Routing is so not obvious here. I feel like the routing's probably harder than actually grabbing the targets. Given that I am having an unexpectedly easy time grabbing them a lot of the time. It's probably better here to actually learn a route and take it, though, instead of what I've kind of been doing, which is to... just kind of go for whatever seems closest to me. So much time it takes per target ends up being fairly high in practice that way. Yeah, I feel like I could have made that. So, roughly through here, I think? Yeah, there we go. I did a lazy boy specifically to make my profile lower to grab that one. Let's not trying to do a lazy boy, but... okay. You can locate the remaining ones and not go way too fast for them or anything. Slow down too much. Oh my god, dude, stop turning. I'm holding the opposite direction. Yeah, I'm not used to the bike ever doing that. That is really weird. Oh, come on. Okay, I feel like by most metrics I did better than last time here, but if that metric is the number of targets I grabbed, it actually is not. Ah, I went through it there. I ought to be able to finish this episode, though. Without too much trouble. Guess I don't think you need much of a running start for anyways. Is that really too fast for a respawn? I guess vertical speed counts for whether you're going too fast to respawn. I'll grab this one up here real quick since I'm here. There we go. I really enjoyed in the past, though, being able to have some more easygoing green targets to start with. They were a bit more just pleasant to do. And then hard red targets after that. Both of them being kind of a big pain to do, though, I don't think is really a fun combination. Yeah, again, some real use out of that hard attack there. That's very good. Oh, I remember this song playing. Oh, never mind. Just didn't remember that part of the song for some reason. Okay. Let me not hit that wall. There you go. Because I know there's a shallow jump you can do here. Just had to learn my way around a little bit. I guess this one's just this ramp. Yes. Yeah, these are unusually easy to... Okay. How'd the bikes do it? These are just unusually easy to grab, these targets for some reason, despite being in the air. Some of these will probably still give me a whole lot of grief. I only have 10 seconds per at this point, actually, unfortunately, which may prove to be a problem. Some of these are... just off to the side. Ones that I have a hard time with. This one specifically gives me a really hard time for some reason. Not super optimistic about getting this on this try. Much because I don't know where the remaining ones are. One that I never even saw before. Right here. The game actually let me, game gave me a moment, it seemed like, to get that last one. Okay, yeah. It's just a matter of getting these quickly enough now. Because I know where they all are and whatnot. Approximately, at least. Lots of these, though, just are next to each other in ways that makes it hard to get one and then the other. No, why did you do that? Controller! Me pressing a direction on the stick does not mean I'm pressing a button. Where in the world are these? There we go. Disoriented for a second there. Okay, this time let's actually just go for... I'm going to change up the order of things a little. Let's just go for this one. There we go. So that one I've lost a whole lot of time on in the past. Yeah, you have to get so many of these very precisely placed ones in the air. I don't know how I managed to chain those together last time, because that's... you really have to slow down for that one. Ah, God! Well, now I'm just in the same position as before with the other one that I managed to grab first try this time. So that one I usually miss a few times, and now I'm missing this one a few times. I cannot not go over this. My bike is not going that fast, but you just float so much. And this is the exact sort of thing that I expect to have problems with when I do aerial targets like this. That was deliberate, so I could... oh my god! Dude! I am definitely losing some time to the oversteering. It's mostly just not being used to handling it, though, rather than actually being a huge problem in its own right, I think. Alright, see if I can grab this one. Likewise here. Ooh, barely. Yeah, some of these I can get kind of okay if I don't preload. And then use... yeah, that one you just need to not preload at all for some reason. But then reach upwards a little bit. Alright, so this here... very good. Now, unfortunately, I don't quite know where all the remaining ones are. Not on this path, apparently. That's nice. You cannot go around the ramp, turns out. There's something over here. Okay. Now how to route from here, because I actually don't quite know where we want to go. There are just no targets around me now. Let's go on this side. Actually, I'm just gonna go around the mirror of that one just now, but okay. Oh, okay. I ended up wiping out anyways. Gave up on wiping out after not wiping out there. I tried to do another stunt after that heart attack. It did not work. Why didn't that work? It would have been fine if I did a heart attack like I was supposed to. I don't know if I can get these remaining ones all quickly enough, because they're in opposite directions. Just jump for it, wherever it is. Yeah. Ah, we're almost there. I don't want to stop when I'm just gonna have to relearn everything if I try to do it again after this. I'm almost there, but also I spent so much time playing this game today and I'm not happy about that. Oh my god. Yeah, learning the right stunts to do is fantastic for getting the targets. It's easy to think, I feel like, that you just make yourself feel marginally better when it's not really that important whether or not you make your hitbox marginally bigger to try to pick up these things. But no, it really does. I guess I need more speed than that. It really does make a huge difference sometimes in whether or not you're able to grab a given target. Like, your hitbox actually does get a lot bigger in lots of these. Okay, that's not working. You actually need to have a lot of speed there, the way I was doing that. If you restart quickly there, you can respawn. It's just that if you start falling, then your vertical speed counts towards your speed that prevents you from respawning. So the peak of your jump, roughly, is frequently your best chance to respawn if you want to get back to where you jumped from. So here I actually do want to keep my speed. Ow. Probably didn't help matters. No. Not the worst, but... in the case of that, working very well. Oh man, that one, yeah, I don't know why this one specifically that's such an issue. Okay, I wasn't trying to do that. What do you want to do now? Let's go up and grab this. Okay. And at this jump. Now let's see, look back around to the other one on my right here. There's a jump. Oh, can we make that? No, apparently, even though it looked fine to me. There is a target over here, so let's try to go for that. Was it up here? Where was this target? There we go. This place is a bit more tiered than I realize sometimes, I think. Okay. I grab this one, like I used to early on. But that steering messed me up. Hold on. Where in the world are the remaining targets now? I do not know. In fact, I know where both of them are, and they are not easily accessible from here. Oh, shoot. Yeah, this was a routing problem today. Because I know where the remaining things are, it's just... In fact, this takes me right to it, right here. That, and then right below, right there. Ah! I have, I know where everything is, and I can grab all of it semi-consistently now, too. It's just hard to actually, I don't have a route figured out. So I spend a lot of time getting from point A to B, to point B. Okay, and then sometimes that happens. It's not the worst, because I still just go back to going about my route, but... For instance, here I can do a whole bunch of things in a row. Ew. I guess this time I will just grab these two while I'm... Well, it's not two. I'll grab this one while I'm here. Okay, that was nice. Okay, that didn't really bring me to where I needed to be, though. Where I want to get is up above this. So let me jump over that. There we go. Ideally, I'd start up here and then jump down to another target. I think this is okay, because now I can... Okay. From here I can roughly approach some other stuff on this side. Yeah, so I can do this thing now, for instance. I'll have to come back to that in a second, but... Ah, jeez, these are all on opposite sides of each other now. That's not what I need to do right now. Yeah, these are all just placed really badly now. So it's hard to reach all of them. There's another one that's... Okay. These kind of lead towards each other now, don't they? Don't hit that. Okay, good. Fantastic. Are you just gonna keep doing that stunt? Okay, cool. Jeez. Let's take a look at the red ones, just to see them. 2.5 minutes, oh boy. It's just more of the same thing, really, isn't it? Like, the red dart's just gonna be, like, all on jumps and whatnot. Just gonna be, I guess, more oblique jumps or something now instead of on ramps. Cool landing. You have to take this one the opposite direction now, I guess? You do usually have fewer red targets. That is one constant. That is one thing I think the game has made consistent between this version of the game and its predecessor. Why? I just can't turn. But yeah, I'm not actually going to try to do this. It's just I wanted to take a look. See what the red ones would have in store for me next time, because I was thinking, oh, we just did so much stuff already. What more is there to do? Okay. There's a problem with the motorcycle landing. But anyways. Jeez. Way too much playing this game today. So next time we'll continue. I do want to soon start trying to put together a repacker for this game. I got pretty much all the tooling for Jet Set Radio Future decompilation done. Still need to make a video for something on that though. But after that, basically just after a video I want to make, next thing for me to do really is the repacker for this game, which will be non-trivial, mind you, so it'll still take time, and there's still a couple things I don't understand about the format either. I know how to unpack everything, but there are some fields that aren't required for unpacking that I don't quite understand, and I don't know if I can get away with not setting those to the correct values by understanding them, so I guess we'll see. But anyways, definitely in the final stages of playing this, it depends on how long it takes you to finish that up, really. In the meantime, we can just have fun with sponsor events and freestyle. Anyways, see you then. Hopefully spending way less time on it than we did just today. Ugh.